Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be doing a reaction to the response video Tyrese made when he caught wind of his ex-wife, Samantha Lee Gibson, talking about, their relationship, and it goes viral, of course, right? So he responds. In the event that I forget to say it all, this is my last video I'm gonna be reacting to with Tyrese and Samantha Lee, unless something else happens, right? But I got a little clip I'm gonna play for you guys. I'm gonna play that now, and we're gonna be right back to react to it.
All right. Hold on. Look, man, I was not going to respond to this video of my ex that's now gone viral. She is loving it. Congratulations, you went viral again over something else that you said, because you're trying to build up your YouTube page and get your followers up. Listen, man, listen. If you had people in your ear that influenced you into leaving your husband and your one-year-old child, your innocent one-year-old child. We both were divorcee kids, grew up in toxic environments, torn in between our old family, new family, stepfather, stepmother. That's a life that we both lived. And you packed up a one-year-old, put a COVID mask on top of the Ring cameras, and I was literally in an airplane on my way home to fight for my marriage and my family. You're heartless.
So let's just get this out in the front, man. Oh my goodness. He married this woman, okay? Regardless of the end result, he married this woman, and I want to say he loved this woman. Yes, he did. Like, to marry somebody, you would have to love them. Okay? So he loved this woman enough to marry her. Okay? And he did get a prenup, right? I believe he got a prenup. But, when you're talking about child support, that's going to be separate from the prenup. Just interesting facts. You wouldn't even know. I don't know if you can even with the prenup include anything with kids. I don't think that's even possible that you can do that, because it's just like a whole separate case. It's just a separate ordeal. But I say that to make this point before I go in, right? This is just me starting off. You do not know how deeply deceptive the person that you once loved can be. Conniving, backsliding. I mean, out in the open with it, as if there's no recourse or reaction for them being that wide open with it. Like, she literally was moving like Tyrese was going to go to jail for 50 years and she would never have to even deal with that situation. The way this woman was moving, that's how she was moving. Not like a woman who, in the ensuing weeks, she's going to be trying to, get back with him and going on a public apology social media tour where she's visiting podcasts and professing her love to Tyrese. That's not, she's moving crazy. She's moving sporadic, erratic. That's how this woman's moving. This man was on the, and this is the only part I need to react to in this response video. It wasn't too long of a response that he made, but it was lengthy, about 12 minutes or so, right? I believe so. But this is what took the cake. This is the gist of it all. And just think about it. Oh my goodness. He is making money He is tied up in affairs, business affairs at the moment. Or he could be doing whatever. He's on the flight back home. He's on a flight back to you. Whatever he was doing, even if it was whatever, if it was leisure, it was something that that earning power was going to come out of. Okay. I don't want to say that. He was benefiting the family. I believe what he was doing. I don't think anything he was doing would be to the detriment of the family. I think that'll be a better way to say it. Okay. But it could have been a business trip. He's on his way back home. And this lady is like J-Lo in the movie Enough. She's getting ready to set him all the way up once he gets back home. If y'all didn't see that movie Enough, it was crazy. It was completely crazy. I went to go see it in the movies too. So the thing is this, man. And it's so sad because the child was like 1 at the time, right? They're 1-year-old. They have together. And the 1-year-old, you see how fast that is? Guys, I really want you. I can explain this to you. Maybe you can deposit in your memory bank, okay? And you can recall this information later on in life or in any event. And maybe once you go, you revisit, and then all of a sudden that recall is accepted. It's cached. Okay. All of a sudden you have goods coming from that stored lesson in your head. Okay. I don't want to get too deep. Okay. But that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes you don't get it. You have to, you see something, you hear something, and it just doesn't make sense until later on in life. But this is very important. And this is what I want you guys to know. When a mother tries to prevent the father, vice versa does not matter, from seeing the opposite parent. In this case, it's the mother trying to prevent her child from seeing her father, which is Tyrese, right? And I don't know. I'm not too sure if it's a girl or a boy. I think it's a girl. Yeah, it's a girl. My thing is this. That shows your character. That's what it does. It shows your character, man. And it's just so sad because, it's a lot. It's a lot, but these decisions are made haphazardly, so fast and in a rush, and that it just takes toll. It takes a toll on a person. You know what I'm saying? And it's a whole bunch of, scenarios to go with it. It's ridiculous at this point in time. Okay. But not to get even too tied up into that. She texts the 1-year-old. All right. And then she puts like a COVID mask or whatever on the Ring camera so he can't see what's going on. And this is his house. Just the disregard for infinite possibilities in the situation. It's just, all I could say is that was an executive decision, and she made it. She made that executive decision to I'm not trying to hear nothing else. I'm doing what I'm doing, and she made it. That ought to get, you know what I'm saying? That just ought to get the bottom of your stomach to boil. You know what I'm saying? Just seething. I just, this woman, the woman that this guy married, is not only capable of she did that. That's what she did. And now is like publicly making a fool out of you. A man of renown. You know what I'm saying? And it's sickening at the end of the day. And they're going through litigations, and it's just so sad because he has a pocket full of cash, and he just chose to marry and have a child with the wrong woman, or with the woman who broke bad or was able to break bad at a certain point in time. And it was just like, and it was so soon. It was just like, why so fast? You know what I'm saying? When you really think about it. And obviously she had people in her ear making these crazy decisions, and it's just like, and it's just so sad because he's having to pay his legal fees, which is crazy. And he's having to pay hers. The courts is making him pay for hers too. And she's like changing attorneys while she has one. And so it's just more money. It's so ridiculous. And at the end of the day, man, you can go with that, man. You could go with that lie that, hey, you know, you just gotta wait. You wanna fix that scratch or whatever. You just gotta wait, which is true. It's some truth in there. It is some truth in there to that one. You can probably eliminate 75 to 85% of your pool by doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just having clarity when you're actually trying to pursue somebody. Okay? But some people are professionals. Professional scammers. Some people who will sit back and wait 10 years to where they can now receive alimony. They can now, in whatever state they're in, they're able to receive alimony from you. And like in some states, they'll push that prenup you had to the side. That's even if you were smart enough to actually get a written prenup that's strong enough to hold through time. But like, if you know, some prenups, like after a certain number of years, they're no good and stuff like that. I've heard things like that. Just ridiculous. But that's the bottom line to it. Some women is just professionals, man. And it's so crazy, dude. It's so crazy. But it's one of those things, man. I'm just thinking about it like, that's evil. That's pure evil, man. That's what it is at the end of the day. And I mean, I'm not trying to put nobody in a bad light, but you have to think about it. This guy wasn't hitting on nobody. He wasn't doing none of that. This is just somebody who was like, I'm out. And she bounced. You know what I'm saying? That's just somebody who wasn't ready. She was ill prepared for what she was going through on that level. And it is what it is at the end of the day. And when decisions like that are made, like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's on to the next. But in this situation, her ex-husband happens to be rich, and then they're going through litigations. So, you know what? I'm going to try, plan B right now. And we're going to try to get back together with them and like do this. But in actuality, I'm going to make a ton of cash off of this. Hopefully I'll make just enough to pat my pockets enough and gain some publicity myself, which she has proven, that it's possible for her to do that because she's done it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at this point in time, this is the dating pool, that marriage pool that you're looking at. Well, at least Tyrese is looking at. A lot of women in the world, man. Obviously, he got another chick from the motherland, like I said. So you just have to choose. There's a lot of fish in the open. I mean, it's a lot of fish in the ocean. So, I mean, you just have to do what you got to do at the end of the day. Peace, guys. I'm out.